You're super connected and leading major movements.
All with big plans for the future.
I'm Shari Williams.
And I'm Brian Taff with the Best of the Class 2018.
6ABC's Best of the Class 2018 is presented by the Adventure Aquarium. Explore life underwater. Visit AdventureAquarium.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Best of the Class.
We are here at the Adventure Aquarium in Camden, New Jersey.
For more than 3 decades now, 6ABC has taken the time to honor academic excellence from all across the region.
We host this free day-long event for high school valedictorians from Philadelphia, the surrounding suburbs, South Jersey, and Delaware to celebrate their success.
Tonight, you'll get to know these students, hear from them about what they think of the world today, plus they'll share what it took for them to become the best in their class.
And all throughout the show, you'll hear from a diverse group of experts that informed, educated, and motivated our students as they move into a new phase in their lives.
In fact, they shared great advice for all graduating high school seniors, so please make sure to visit 6abc.com/bestoftheclass to hear their inspirational tips.
The day started with these top-tier students touring one of the top-tier attractions in our region, the Adventure Aquarium.
They explored this underwater world and visited the newly renovated Penguin Park.
Then the interviews began, and these accomplished Gen Zers opened up about who they are.
I think that I am
When asked to describe themselves,
ambitious. I'm a very unique person.
honest, funny, caring.
the class of 2018 didn't hesitate.
Determined because I always strive for success. I can describe myself as resilient, self-motivated, and very consistent.
I set a goal and then I go after it until I achieve it.
They care,
Always have a smile on my face and greet others as to brighten their day.
I would describe myself as approachable, friendly. I'm always trying to help people, that's going through a tough time.
and always are looking to the future.
I'm optimistic.
I can tackle any obstacle that's thrown at me.
Very hardworking when it comes to school subjects and academics.
While each of them are individuals in their own right, they can all agree on how to describe their generation, Generation Z.
Revolutionary.
I think that there's going to be a lot of changes coming with our generation.
We like to raise awareness about different issues.
Determined to make this world a better place. They're actually passionate about it, and they're taking the steps to achieve it.
Our goal is to make sure change happens.
Taking a stance on issues like gun control.
The Parkland school shooting, the kids from there reached out and organized the walkout movement.
Through social media, we were all able to come together and make a peaceful protest.
We need to act to say make our school safe and make our generation the one in which these mass shootings end.
LGBTQ rights.
We do picnics for people who are LGBTQ. They go to protest marches and make signs.
Overall, very nice to people who may be different from us, and I think that's a big change that we need.
And numerous social movements.
So with the recent Me Too movement,
More women speaking up about wrongs that may have been done against them. Previous generations have already sort of set the path for us, and so now we have the ability to go forward and make more change.
Generation Z is using mediums like social media to make sure their voices are not only heard,
It's bringing people more and more so together. Generation Z, learning how to use that as a tool. It's so easy to express your views online.
but we also ourselves become more aware of all the different issues happening around the world.
but making a difference as well.
We're a very vocal generation. We see a lot of problems in the world, and I think we're trying to figure out how to solve those problems.
They say history repeats itself, but we don't want that to happen with certain things, certain events.
It'll change what's going on now, whether it's for the better or worse.
It feels pretty awesome to be able to start getting politically active before the age of 18.
Well, these students are quite vocal about who they are right now.
They certainly are, but their lives are just beginning and they're still formulating ideas about who they are and what they want to do when they truly grow up.
So we brought in a branding expert to talk to the students about how to think outside the box as they create their lives and build their careers.
When you think of brand, it's how do people look at you? What's your unique value proposition? What makes me different from the person that I'm sitting next to if I'm going into a job interview?
Rakia Reynolds, founder and CEO of multimedia communications company Sky Blue Media, counts tennis great Serena Williams, Dell Computers, and model Ashley Graham as her clients.
Today, I spoke with the students about how to be a fan of your own brand.
She told them to celebrate their unique traits.
Be really authentic. Be transparent. People have to see through you to get to you.
That sometimes you have to self-promote when networking.
There are moments in life when you do have to brag in order for someone to understand who you are and what it is that you're doing.
And to be conscious of building up their self-esteem.
It comes back to your confidence and what your core competencies are. One of our clients earlier in life told us to walk into the room with affirmations. If you know that you are bringing so much to the table, that you are the table, and you can walk in and say, I'm the table today.
Some pretty cool advice. Hear more from public relations guru Rakia Reynolds at 6abc.com/best of the class.
Coming up, we'll hear what these high achievers plan on doing in the future.
I want to be an engineer.
Ready for a mission to Mars.
Sports engineering.
And they get vocal on what they think of their world right now.
I think the environment is a huge issue. Are we taking away people's rights?
Also hear from the Jefferson University Innovation Team on the next wave of biotech advancements.
Really applying your creativity to solving problems.
And get some sound advice on social media etiquette.
Is that last thing you posted something that you'd be okay with a potential employer seeing?
More Best of the Class coming up.
6ABC's Best of the Class 2018 is presented by the Adventure Aquarium. Explore life underwater. Visit adventureaquarium.com.
You're
You have your whole life in front of you.
We're number one!
Welcome back to the Best of the Class 2018. It looks like we are underwater right now, but actually this is the Adventure Aquarium.
We are standing in front of their massive shark tank. It's so cool to see them up close and swimming around this way.
Behind the glass. And what's really cool is hearing from these super accomplished students about their future career plans. Take a listen. When you ask what they want to do for a living, some already know.
I want to be an engineer.
Surgeon.
Work in immigration law. Accountant.
Some are still deciding.
I'm not 100% sure yet, but I am considering going into law.
And some know what they don't want to do.
For medical field, I'm kind of scared of like having someone's life in my hands.
The industries are varied
I intend to go into medicine. I want to pursue sports engineering.
and quite specific.
I want to go into local politics in Delaware.
I definitely would like to go into the tech industries.
Be an astronaut when I grow up, actually.
Some have reasons behind their choices.
I'm asthmatic and my brother has heart problems, so that kind of inspired me to go into medicine.
I myself didn't have a smartphone until like 2 years ago. Just within weeks, it like changed my life.
I got a passion for community service.
Some ask, why not me?
There are people who are astronauts, and so like, why can't I be one of those people?
And you know, a teen is serious when they put it on their cell.
People call me on my phone. It's the Law & Order soundtrack.
They think about diversity in their chosen fields.
Some people find it surprising when I say that I want to be an engineer, but I would hope that girls being engineers would become a new norm. So I feel like the black woman doing engineering, I'm not the face you see for engineers.
Some of their career plans are literally in the stratosphere.
NASA and SpaceX are talking about missions to Mars, especially around 2020s. I'll be like 25, 30 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Ready for a mission to Mars, so that's the dream.
You're brave. You're braver than I. If they can't find their job title now, they plan to create it, like this future sports engineer. You are going to invent your own career.
Yes.
What's that mean?
So basically I have two loves, a love for sports and a love for engineering.
Okay.
So why not put them together and do it for the rest of my life?
One thing they all share is a passion for what lies ahead. Do you have a passion in life?
I would say I love to solve problems, which is why I want to be an engineer.
Biomedical engineering?
I think that I would rather do chemical or mechanical and then apply it to the medical field.
Are your parents scientists?
They're actually both engineers,
There you
believe
go.
it or not.
It's in their blood. That's great. These kids have some serious goals, and they're poised to make all of it happen, and I have no doubt they will.
Yeah, I don't have a doubt either. And over the years, we have heard a lot of students talk about wanting to be doctors and also engineers. So this year, we invited the innovation team from Jefferson University Medical School to talk with the students.
They discuss some new cutting-edge initiatives in healthcare design and technology. Take a listen.
I want to emphasize is that your superpower is not going to be being the smartest kid in the room. You guys are already that, but in order to succeed, I believe it's really applying your creativity to solving problems.
Dr. Von Koo is the Assistant Dean of the Jefferson Health and Design Thinking Lab.
We're
We teach medical students how to apply human-centered design to solve problems in healthcare.
Dr. Robert Puglisi brought in a 3D printer to help demonstrate bioengineering innovation.
We're actually able to decrease the time our patients spend in the operating rooms by pre-planning their surgery using a 3D printed model.
The important part is that it enables you to get your ideas out of your head. It helps you kind of create something physical.
Find your passion, follow it, find a solution.
Medical student Michaela Collins designed a device to help working moms keep breastfeeding their infants in third world countries.
This is a project that I've been passionate about, and it continues to change the lives of people.
Jefferson student and entrepreneur Tim Balber co-founded Circulux, a hospital room self-sensing work light.
I spoke to the students today about how to contribute to a startup and innovating in healthcare with a non-technical background. I was an English major in undergrad. There's this idea with startups that you have to be Mark Zuckerberg, but so many different skill sets contribute to making these ideas go forward.
And you can hear more from Dr. Bon Ku and his team online.
Now, you and I both know, as news anchors, how quickly the news cycle circulates day in and day out.
That's right, never a dull moment reporting on the news of the day.
So we asked our best of the class to weigh in on the myriad of issues and topics facing them and their world today. It's their very world that matters most to them.
Definitely climate change, that's number one.
I think the environment is a huge issue.
I live on Long Beach Island along the coast. Pollution in the ocean is also a very strong issue that I'm passionate about.
This emerging generation, we found, are well read on our country's top concerns.
There's a lot of tension right now with borders and immigration. Conflict in the Middle East, even in Korea.
With Trump in command, I think nuclear war is not out of the question. I had to unfollow because every time he posted and I got a notification, I got worried about what was going to happen.
I just think that everyone's being a little too sensitive.
One major topic on their minds, school shootings. Thousands of students across the nation participated in walking out of their classes to bring attention to gun reform.
We had a student walkout.
We organized a big one.
We had a religious ceremony for all the victims.
It's clear many are still divided on this very complicated problem.
I did not attend because I'm pro-Second Amendment. It was hard, but I felt that I should stand by my political opinion.
It becomes an issue of, okay, so are we taking away people's rights or are we helping out the victims and preventing any more victims?
What did you make of the reaction from young people?
I thought it was a really great sense of solidarity that all the students around the country showed, and even around the world.
I'm kind of more pro-gun on this stance, but I still see need for change, and definitely I support people raising their voice.
There's always going to be more than one side to a story. So how do we get to the civil discourse? Even if we don't agree about the issue, how can we then still make progress?
You can talk in person, like at these walkouts or at protests, and not just yelling at people, but actually taking time to listen and understand their perspective.
I think there's a long history of institutionalized racism and discrimination in society.
I didn't find it to be like any kind of racial issue. I just think it was a mistake.
Let's talk a little bit more about the incident that happened right here in our region at the Philadelphia Starbucks, right in Center City, that became a national, international story.
It shows the power of media, and it shows that people around the country are able to speak out and speak against the implicit racism that still kind of takes place in our country today.
I'm actually pretty gracious for this incident because without that, it won't, they didn't know it was a need for change.
Your point being sometimes these struggles are necessary.
Yes.
It's sometimes necessary to have some uncomfortable moments to get to the bottom of things.
Yes.
Yeah. As this class turns into a group of first-time voters, we can expect their voices to be heard.
So look out.
So much happening in our world today, and these students certainly shared their opinions.
And part of that is because they're so connected via technology. Any big stories, locally, nationally, or for that matter, internationally, they can find out instantly on their smartphones.
Plus, they grew up in constant contact via social media like no other generation. But as students are more connected than ever, there are some emerging rules on how to use social media responsibly.
Considered inappropriate. This is actually pretty cute. Okay. Yeah.
Good Morning America contributor and Tech Life expert Stephanie Humphrey gives advice on all things social media.
I help people understand how technology makes their lives easier.
Think before you post.
She shared common mistakes that could derail their future plans.
So if you were required as a condition of employment to open up one of your accounts, let me see that snap real quick. Let me see the last snap you sent. 25 represents the number of states where it is not illegal for them to ask you that. And Pennsylvania is one of them.